for the directional terms here. There we go. And go through those so at least you have some background on it that you can look at your own time. Like most science, anatomy has special terminology that's used to prevent misunderstanding. So most of it, like all other naming systems in science, is based on Greek and Latin. Those particular terms, if we broke it down, gives you meaning as to where it is located or how it functions. It allows it, especially since those are not languages that are currently being used, it allows uniformity throughout. So if I'm seeing a doctor in Kansas City or if I'm seeing somebody in Japan, the terms that they're using to locate and find things in the body and landmarks on the body are all going to be the same. So, exact terms are used for the position, direction, regions, structures. Whoops, let me go back there. So, we're going to start with directional terms. It gives us uniformity as far as if a doctor's doing an incision, if you are trying to describe where something is located on the body. So a lot of these you've heard before. A lot of these are opposites, so you learn one and you'll automatically learn the other. So superior is towards the head or the upper part of the body. Inferior or caudal is away. Caudal I usually use more when I'm doing fish and for tail end. So superior is above, inferior is below. So the example that they give is the forehead is superior to the nose. My shoulders are superior to my hips. My feet are inferior to my knees. So when you're using those two opposite terms, it's going to be above or below. Anterior versus posterior, I will also use the terms ventral and dorsal. Ventral or anterior is always towards the front of the body. Posterior or dorsal is always the back side of the body or the behind. So anterior is really usually considered to be like the belly region of the body. The posterior is considered to be the back of the body. So if you are looking at bones in the body, the breastbone is anterior to the spine. The heart is posterior to the breastbone. So it has more reference to your belly region versus the back, and which are more towards the front and which ones are more towards the back. The other set of directions that we use a lot of times is medial versus lateral. Medial is more towards the center line. The center line on the body is considered going the nose all the way down through. So medial is more on that central line, lateral is to the side. So my arms are lateral to my breastbone, my nose is medial to my ears. Intermediate is like the armpit area. It is in between, so usually I do not, to be exact, I will not use intermediate as one of the terms that you need to know. Proximal and distal are terms that relate to appendages. So you are looking at the appendages and you are looking to see which appendage or which part of the appendage is closest to the point of origin. So if I'm looking at my arms, my shoulder is my point of origin. So whatever part on the arm is closer to my shoulder is proximal. Whichever one is further away is considered the distal. So if I'm comparing my elbow to my wrist, my elbow is more proximal because it is closer to my shoulder. So the elbow is considered to be proximal to the wrist. The knee is distal to the thigh. So for the legs, you're looking at the hip joint. My feet are distal to my knees. My hip bones are, my knees are proximal to my ankles. Superior, whoops, that went too fast there. Go back to 2 here. So if we're looking at superficial versus deep, stop flipping. Okay, so when you're looking at, we talked about distal, sorry about that, the screen was flipping too much, I gotta start clicking. Superficial versus deep. So this deals with the surface. So the surface of the body versus the interior of the body. So for example, my muscles are superficial to my bones. My skin is superficial to my muscles. My bones are deep compared to my skin. So superior versus deep has to do with the surface, like the skin, versus deeper inside the body cavity. Okay, so we're going to look at some of the body landmarks. Anterior, remember, was the stomach area. Posterior was the backside region. Nasal means nose. Oral means mouth. Cervical is your neck. Acromial is on the edge of the shoulder. Brachial is the upper arm. Antecubital is basically the inside of the elbow. Abdominal is the stomach. Most of these are logical. Umbilical stands for where the umbilical cord is. Carpal is your wrist. Tarsal is your ankle. Digitals or digits are your fingers. Pelvic is going to be the area where the pelvic bone is, where your hip bones go across. Pubic region. Coaxial is on the side of the hip. Patellar, crural, tarsal. Crural basically is your shin bone. Patellar is your knee. Femoral is your femur, which is up here. Fibula is your fibula bone, so it's fibular. Axillary is your armpit, and then sternal is the breastbone. Buccal is the cheek, and then orbital is the eye. So what I have on the lab that you're doing are about 25 of these total between the anterior and the posterior that you need to know. So for the posterior, cephalic means head. Occipital is the very back portion of the head. To be exact, that's where the occipital lobe is of the brain, and that's why it is written that way. Deltoid is also on the shoulder, so the acromial is going to be on the anterior side. The deltoid is on the posterior side. The scapular is basically what we consider the back of the shoulder. Vertebral is your vertebrae. Lumbar is lower back. Sacral is where you start to go into around the tailbone area. Gluteal, basically your glutes are your backside. The gluteus maximus and the gluteus minimus. There's actually 3 of those in there. Medius too. Femoral is the backside, same thing, the actual thigh. Popliteal is the back of the knee, and sural is actually the calf muscle. So there's a list on your lab of 25 of those, and you're responsible for knowing those for the posterior and the anterior quiz. The directional terms that I did at the beginning will be the first quiz that you take. Body planes. This is basically if you cut the body in certain directions. So for example, a median or a mid-sagittal plane. A sagittal plane is basically cutting the body down to separate it into left and right halves. So if you're going directly down the middle, it is called a mid-sagittal cut that divides it into equal right and left sides. Parasagittal cut cuts it like by the axillary or the armpit so that it's about a quarter cut down. So when you're looking at sagittal cuts, you're dividing into left and right sides. Mid-sagittal is directly down the center. Parasagittal is by the axillary. It is about a quarter cut on the body instead of half. Frontal or coronal plane divides your anterior from your posterior. So it would cut down, basically down on a plane that would cut the belly region from your posterior and separate those two. Transverse is like what we do when we look at a cross section. So if you were going to do a transverse cut on a human, when you opened it up, you would see the digestive system, the spinal cord going down. It's basically separating superior from inferior. So that's one of the ways knowing that those terms actually help for separating those out. Body cavities. Cranial cavity is the head. So you're going to have dorsal body cavity and abdominal body cavity. The ventral body cavities are on the front. The dorsal body cavities are going to be on the back. The dorsal consists mostly of what you consider to be the brain and the spinal cord. So the dorsal body cavity contains your cranial cavity and your spinal cavity. The abdominal cavity contains the thoracic, which is your chest cavity. It contains the diaphragm, which is the muscle that separates those two body cavities. It contains the abdominal cavity, which has all of your digestive organs and basically the digestive organs in it. And then pelvic cavity is going to be the reproductive organs. So usually the abdominal and the pelvic together are considered abdominopelvic. So for example, if I asked you which body cavity your lungs were found in, it would be the thoracic cavity. That is a part of the ventral body cavity. If I asked you about spinal cord and brain, that is a part of the dorsal body cavity. The brain is contained in the cranial cavity. The spine is contained in the spinal cavity. So that's how body cavities are used. Quadrants for the abdominopelvic. You use right upper, right lower, left lower. One thing to remember is whenever we are making references to right and left on the body, we are talking about the body being in anatomical position. When you are looking at this picture, their right is your left. So whenever you're making references, you are making the references to the body being in an anatomical position and being their right, not yours. Abdominal regions, you're not going to be expected to learn these. Notice there are patterns with this. Iliac has to do with where the bone is down at the bottom. Lumbar region, we told that was the lower back. Epigastric is where the stomach is. Hypo means above or outside of. You are not responsible for knowing those. The major organs that are in the abdomen you're going to need to know as far as when we start talking about systems. So like the lung, the heart, the diaphragm are all the thoracic cavity. In your abdominal cavity you have the liver, the stomach, the small intestine, the large intestine, the rectum. That is all on the first part on terms. So the first thing you need to focus on is the directional terms because that will be the first quiz. The second quiz that you will have is the anterior body landmarks. The third quiz is the posterior body landmarks. We will get into the second set of lectures into the information that will be on the later quizzes.